Go ahead.
Hi everybody, it's Dana
And Linus.
with Hitching Up.
Moving on.
We are at Coles Creek Campground, a COE campground on Carlyle Lake in south central Illinois. And we're going to take you on a tour of
Coles Creek's group loops and stuff. They have a total of 3 group loops, and we're going to talk more about that when we get there and what all they're going to do. They're going to close a couple things, they're going to open some things and change a bunch of stuff around. So we will kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen. And by next year, it might be some big changes, or there may not be so many changes. We're not sure. So we'll let you decide. You got a mic on this.
So currently there are the 5 full hookup sites here. And you can see, yes, I was just double checking, and they're double wide.
Yep. This is number 5.
Yep. So they must be numbered backwards.
Yeah, they're numbered
5.
backwards.
Oh, hello.
This is a full hookup site. They just recently redid this last year. So you can see they're all out in the sun.
Yep. And well, there's nothing else to talk to about. This is site 4. They do seem to be all nice and flat and level. They're well paved.
Yeah.
They have a fire ring. They have a picnic table. And site 3.
Very nice sites. We're really impressed with what they are back in here, but there's not no shade. I guess in the evening maybe. That's about
Site 2. And then site 1.
Yeah, this is site 1. It would probably be the pick of the ones between with a little bit of shade.
Yep.
It's got 2 picnic tables for some reason.
And then you have an extra parking area and a little play area back there in the trees near the bathroom.
And they talk about the dove field regulations here.
Yeah, that's
Day after Labor Day, so that's when they're supposed to close this, is on Labor Day. And I guess they close it and then...
No, the field opens the day after Labor Day. This doesn't close on Labor Day. The campground doesn't anyway.
No, that's right. You're right.
So, now what the plans are to do away with these cabins and create more campsites. So for our family get-together, that's what we need, because
that's what we would have
currently, this past year we were in another group loop that had 10 sites, I believe, and we filled all but 1.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we need.
We've had
this wouldn't work for our family.
10 to 12 at times, but most of the time it's 9 or less, because it depends on how many family members want to come and don't want to come. But I'll go ahead and walk you in here and show you what this looks like real fast. And then I may walk down the trail and maybe see if a cabin's open. I was really impressed. These are really nice back in here. So when you walk in here, you have your shower, which is a really nice shower. No push buttons where you can just have to wait for the water. And a restroom back in here. All clean, all vented. It's hot in here, so I want to say it's not air conditioning. I thought they would be. I'm really disappointed in that, but and I think there's only 2 of them here. But I was really surprised they're not air conditioned. That kind of surprises me. Same way at this one. But it's hot in there. So unless they got them turned off when they're not doing it, but I don't see any air conditioners out here for them. So, well, I am wrong. So they do have air conditioner. They do probably shut it down when it's not being used, and then they turn it back on. They turn it back on whenever they have a group back in here, so they're not just running the air conditioner for no reason back in here. So let's walk and see if one of the cabins are open. I've never been back to these cabins. It was supposed to have a shelter back in here. But, and I'm not even sure if these are air-conditioned cabins. Oh, I see. There is 5 cabins. There actually is 5 cabins and 1 inside shelter to have your event. The one, I guess it's a larger shelter. So let's see if one of these is open by chance. I'll walk over here and check these out. Oh, I think I'll skip to the next one. That one's covered in bugs. I don't want all them gnats on my face. They're on the screen there, but they're not on the door. So bad here. Ooh. And yeah. And this is what you get for, and these are all going to be tore down. So, god dang it. Sorry. Bug buzzing my face. But these are all going to be tore completely down, and I think they're going to turn these into camp spots back in here and probably rebuild a shelter. Whew. Myself, I wouldn't want to stay in there too much because it wasn't air conditioned. I don't think they have air conditioners on there. They got roof vents on them. I will look behind them, but if they had an air conditioner, they would have a one behind it back here. And no, so they are just open the windows and live like you're a Cub Scout. So have a little picnic area here for people, which is nice. Guess if you had a lot of bug spray, you could do pretty good back here. But I would assume that this back in here is the main get-together area. I would think it would be air conditioning, but I can see why they're going to tear them down. They're so obsolete, it's not even funny. And that one's locked. But by that door, maybe the other door's open. And there's an area back in here to sit, have a fire or cookout. And yeah, they're locked. So I have a refrigerator in there and some tables, and it looks like a little air conditioner on the side. So. But yeah, this is all going to be tore out though. You see somebody left the window open on that one. So anyhow, we thought we'd kind of update you on what's going to go on at Carlyle. I mean at Coles Creek on Carlyle. And then we'll take you to the other group loops that we've been staying in that are awesome. Too bad they're not full hookup, but they're awesome. I wish they'd make those 2 loops full hookup, and it would be great. But yeah, it's nice and peaceful back here, and it wouldn't take much to turn this into some kind of camping for your campers. I mean, they just tear out some of these cabins. You already got some of a pad built, add some more to it, and so they probably would add, I don't know, 2, 3. If they tear down the cab, that thing back there, and make a new one, I would say they'd add at least 5 more spots, if not 6 or 7, somewhere in here. They have a little extra room in here if they need it, I'm sure. We don't know the full details on it, but we do know that this is what's going to happen because we've already been told that we won't be able to book our loop next year. It's all going away. But you will see a lot of wildlife back in here if you're back here at night, because there is a lot of deer stuff. Anyhow, and I left you in the sun, didn't I? The very last one's not a cabin. That is the group shelter.
That's
it looked like it had a smaller. None of them are air conditioned back in there.
Yeah.
And so, did you leave it on?
No, I turned mine off when you were out walking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's Linus and Dana on a group loop.
This is the Lotus Group
Lotus
Loop.
Group Loop. And we'll take you on over to the other 2
But
also.
Lots of changes here next year.
Yeah, them are nasty. So, not what I would want to stay in, so, okay. But full of bugs and very hot, no air conditioners. So I don't know how they managed, but.
Well, if you had a small group and you all had campers.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to use those 5, I mean, $125 for 5 full hookup sites not horrible.
That's what you got if you came in here. You would get 5 full hookup sites. Did you already say that? Plus
that's what I just said.
5 cabins and this and the rec hall down here, all for $125 a night, which was a bargain and a half. Even if you had to bug them and throw your kids in there to live, it'd be better than tents, you know, in bad weather. I mean, I'm sure you could air them out and clean them out and use them as needed.
But what I was saying was, if you just had 5 families or 5 couples or whatever that wanted just to camp,
that's $25 a night.
Yeah.
It's cheap and you're full hookup.
Yeah.
And you get all the extras. You get the privacy back here because nobody comes back here.
No.
So, anyhow.
Okay. So this.
I'll go over here for just a minute.
Okay.
So we're going to drive through the Group Loop Group Loop A, and she can tell you the rest of it.
Okay, so this is Group Loop A, and it has sites 36 through 53. It's the larger of the 2 group loops, and it is listed on the website as being $250 a night. There isn't water access here, which is why our family doesn't really care for it as much. There was extra parking first, and then site 35. And really, all the sites are blacktop. They're all electric only. Some are shorter than others, but they're all really pretty decent sites.
Yeah, we can pretty much get any of our campers in here from 35 to 40 foot.
39. And there's site 40. And to begin with, I was telling Linus that all the sites are on the outside of the loop. And I forgot over here on Loop A, it's a bigger loop. And some of the sites are on the inside.
I'll just turn
around. There's 44.
Yeah.
It's a short site, but good for a smaller camper.
But most of them are nice and level and shaded pretty well.
There's 45. Nice shade there.
So this loop's $250 a night. I think every one of the hookups
46
are 50 amp.
47 over here. Nice long sight.
Yeah.
48.
Very nice to get together with your family to be able to do this and keep everybody in one big area.
50. That one actually gets some shade. 51 gets some good shade.
And that's a buddy site.
And yes, yeah, the first one is.
So you get gain one more there.
Yeah.
So they have two power outlets though? I don't see. No, one right over here. Yeah. One over here.
Yes, there are. So there's the one up here. And then one back there.
And I'll turn around. And there is a water hookup over here for filling your tanks. There's nothing there, right?
No.
Okay. We'll cut through the buddy side a little bit through the grass.
So we're going to go around backwards. This is a restroom only. It is not a shower house. There currently is only the one shower house in the campground, and it's down between loops B and 3, I guess. There's site 52.
Now, keep in mind, these sites will be open next year to reservation.
Right, if they're making them reservable.
This is going to be...
And the neat thing about these group loops is during the week, if nobody's booked them, I mean, you can stay here. You can. It's their first come, first serve. Okay, so that's 49. They planted a lot of trees. The Corps did a big cleanup of trees all around Carlyle and did some new plantings and
I'll say that'd
got
be the
rid
one
of a
that's in the
bunch of
sun the
old
most
stuff.
here, which is 43.
Yep, there's 43.
In the winter or late fall, that's no big deal to be in the sun. In the summer, 95 degree today like today, it's hot.
And there's site 41.
And then...
And 38.
And you see that little water thing next to the drinking fountain? That's where you can get water for your camper.
All right.
And fill up, but if you got to pretty much stop there as you come in, unless you stop somewhere else and fill it up. But you could fill up while you're in here. If you stay in here more than 3 days, most time people stay 3 days. Leave it on, we'll walk in the bathroom and show them the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
The ends were right here.
Okay.
We'll take a minute.
Ooh.
because there's not much else to see here. And so,
No, because this group loop doesn't have a play area. It shares with group loop B across the way.
and we're gonna walk in here real quick, show you the bathroom in here. These were rebuilt recently. Well, not recently, but probably in the last 5 years or so they rebuilt them. They're really a sharp looking bathrooms when it comes to how they're built. We're not crazy about the white lights at night, but as you can see, they're modern. They're not air conditioning and they're not a shower house, but they're just a restroom. They clean these things every day in the morning, and depends on the use at night also. You know, they just keep them really clean. That was just the men's side. I'm not going into the women's side. I think that's kind of rude. So anyhow, that's a really nice campground. I mean, a really nice group loop, but it's going to turn into a reserve area. So you'll have to watch for that on COE site. And please, please, please comment on our channel. Tell us what you think. We're trying to give you some more information, what's out there when you're traveling through areas. And Daisy said, comment on her, she feels left out. So, but okay, we're going to move to the next loop and show you that one. That's the one we're in right now currently. We had our family get together and then everybody left. We decided to stay 3 days. We're going to meet up with a couple here that we met on our channel, and they were actually in the first loop up here that's actually full hookups all the way through the campground, all the way through it.
Most.
Yeah, well, except for one site in there, which we don't understand, and even the host doesn't understand why they only did one site that didn't have it. But anyhow, we're gonna just check in and talk to them for a little bit and meet them. So if you guys like to meet us, let us know. We'll try to be there. You know, we're not guaranteed it, but we'll try. We're still new at this, so okay, we're gonna move on. So, oh gosh darn it, I dropped something.
Okay, so as we come up here to Group Loop B, you can see the play area, and again, that is shared with Group Loop A. All right, so Group Loop B has sites 54 through 63, and they are just around the perimeter. So there's site 54.
They are really nice sites. Where did it wise? I think 50, the very first one you said, and this
54.
One get water.
Yeah, 54
when it really rains.
And 56. They get some big puddles when it rains.
But otherwise, they're nice sites.
Most of them are nice and wide, so you can pull your boat up with your truck. Okay, there's site 58.
Yeah. And 59.
59 has good shade in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's one of the better sites, and we're on the best site in here, actually.
Yeah, we are on site 60, and it actually has a nice view.
Yeah. And the sunset right here is amazing, as you've seen on our post. If you, well, you haven't seen, but we're going to show it to you on this tonight. So
there's site 61, which is, it's the best for water access, but it is in full sun all day.
At one time, you see the big tree stump there. There was a huge tree at the end of it. There was a big storm.
Oh, yes, there
big
was.
Storm
Yeah.
took that out. And
Yeah.
that was one of the best shaded sites in here.
Yep.
And it took it out. So, because they've had, when winds come across this lake, it hits this end really hard. So.
And that is the beach across the way. You kind of get a little peekaboo over there. And here is site
62.
62? Yeah, 62.
Site 63, which has the water, I'm sorry.
Okay. That was the site we were on, and it doesn't have water, but it's the closest to the spigot, so it's easy to fill.
Let me see. And the bathroom behind us that we just went around and seen is exactly like the bathroom in the other group loop. No different whatsoever. inside. It's not air conditioning, but it's updated.
And there's Site 57.
And that's a decent site. You're
Nice and wide, easy to pull extra vehicle or a boat in there. And then 55, that's got nice shade.
So we're gonna pull in 55 here. We're gonna go back towards camp. We're gonna let Daisy in the camper.
How about that?
I think that looks great.
Okay.
We are running out of battery again, or memory card one.
Well,
Hi everyone.
As the sun is setting over Coles Creek and Carlyle Lake, we want to thank you for spending some time with us.
Yes, we do. We appreciate you watching our channel very much, and please comment. And we just met a couple that was watching our videos and sent us a message, and we met them here. They're camping at another spot here. And
hey, shout out Carolyn and Daryl. It was nice meeting you guys.
Very nice meeting you too. And Lola, we'll be in touch after we get home.
So, again,
we are trying to get a few more people to talk to us a little bit, you know. So, but thanks for watching. Linus and Dana.
Hitching up, moving on.
And the best is yet to see.
Yep.
We thought the sunset was awesome. Thanks again. Good night.
Trying to wake up from a dream is harder than it seems. Birds are flying all around, some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should be.